gorilla stomping in a zoo. Check the vocals, animals gather right.
Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. In today's video, I've kind of got a bit of a push going on me as far as timing of the raised garden beds and what we're going to be planting. In particular, today I received a package. It was actually there since Friday, but never realized it until today. But what has arrived is this lovely garden bag, and inside this bag are, if I can get it open here, see what I can show you. Alright, look at these. These are asparagus crowns. Alright, these are 2-year-old asparagus crowns, and they came from Sandy Shores Farms in Ontario, Canada, I believe. And I've had my order in ever since January, and they finally shipped out, so I got them today. And these crowns are similar to like a perennial bulb that will stay in the ground, and this crown will form the shoots of asparagus that come up through the ground. So right now these are in a dormant state. I don't know exactly what would wake them up per se. It's probably going to be, you know, being in the ground, wet, warm, all that good stuff. But I don't know the shelf life of these exactly, in terms of like, should I be getting them in the ground as fast as possible once I got them, or are they good for a couple of weeks, or how long have they been out of the ground? All these factors I don't know, because I've never done this before. Alright, this is our first time planting asparagus. So anyways, I figure it's sooner the better for getting them in the ground. Unfortunately today, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it on the video. You probably will if you listen carefully enough. But the wind is just howling outside. It's only 6 degrees Celsius right now. We're in the evening time. Lots of sunlight out, but it's cold. Alright, and you know, being a bit of a silly person myself, once I see sunlight, I definitely associate that with wearing shorts. So I got shorts on today, but I got a hoodie on. So between that and doing a bit of work around the garden beds, I'm hoping that I'll stay warm and get this job done. So plans for today. For one, I need to move the trellising away from the strawberry asparagus bed, because obviously strawberries and asparagus do not need trellising. So when I've only had 2 raised garden beds previously, the trellis between them was kind of like, you know, just an introductory to it for me, for like our sugar snap peas and tomatoes and things that I thought would need a trellis when we were first starting last year. But now that I got 2 new raised garden beds, I'm going to want that trellising moved to beds where it's actually going to get used. So whether we grow cucumbers or vine tomatoes or more sugar snap peas, I want that trellising not to be in the bed with strawberries and asparagus where it's useless, and put it in the middle 2 beds, I think is where I'm going to put it, where it's useful for vining plants, so that will actually use it. Alright, so that's the plan right now. I'm going to get that trellis removed from the old beds and moved over to the new ones, and I'll see what I can get done after that. I'd like to get some trenches done in the strawberry bed for these asparagus crowns, and as well the old mulch is still on top there, so I got to kind of peel back the mulch, create those trenches, and try to get some crowns planted. So I wish the weather was different, because I'd love to be able to chat with you guys while I do these things, but instead I'm kind of left having to explain it all beforehand and then let the video catch up afterwards and show you what I actually ended up doing. So I think that's pretty much how it's going to go again today. That's all I can do. We're in a very windy windy province and city and town, and we're just like up on top of the hill as compared to all the landscape around us. So we're really in the windy alley, we'll say. So with all that said, I might as well get outside, start taking down that trellis, and we'll see what we get done. All right, let's go. So that's going to be it for this evening. Unfortunately, I never got to planting the asparagus, but at least the trellising is done, and it was a little bit more of a challenge than I initially thought, because I had forgotten about those 6 rebar that I had hammered down into the ground. So I had to give those a good wiggle and a good pull, and sure enough managed to get them out of the ground, and then pound it back in again for the new positioning. So anyways, that is done. Trellis is looking good, and it's a little bit higher now as well, the arches. I used to kind of scrape the top of my head on it, and I'm not very tall, but I did used to scrape my head on the trellising, but now when I walk in under, no scraping, so, and no having to bend over. So worked out for the best after all, and at least as far as the 4 raised garden beds go, it's centralized now, right? It's on the 2nd and 3rd beds. So, you know, for those of us who enjoy symmetry, it's quite pleasing to the eye. Now, the trellising that I use, it looks like it's starting to rust a little bit. I think I may have had like a cement support grating versus an actual outside paneling. But you know what? It's going to work, and I'm going to leave it there until it needs to be replaced and tackle it when that time comes. So yeah, so the asparagus, never got to planting that. That should hopefully be pretty quick though now. Now that I got the trellis out of the way, it's just a matter of digging those trenches, putting a bit of compost down in there, and putting the crowns in spaced properly, and filling them in. And that should be about it. Remulch it again would be the final process there, and water it in. So anyways, that was good progress. That was probably a couple hours work just done outside that time, and the trellis is relocated, set up, and it's good and nice and pleasing, and I'm happy with it. And hopefully we'll get something planted that will use it, whether it's vining tomatoes or cucumbers or the sugar snap peas. I think it's in a very nice position now in the middle of the bed to kind of create that archway look if we get enough plants to actually grow over the trellis and fill it up. But that's yet to be seen. We still got to get our seedlings straightened out yet. Our broccoli is so leggy, our tomatoes are getting tall. I don't know if they're going to be successful or not, but last ditch effort, we'll go to the local farm and get starts there if these seedlings fail. But you got to start somewhere. If we fail at the seedlings, we fail at the seedlings. At least we're trying. But we've had very overcast and lack of sunny days, and I think that's causing them to get quite leggy, and hopefully they'll fix themselves, and we'll transplant them and move the soil up higher on the stalks to hopefully save the little boys and girls. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. So you should expect another one possibly tomorrow or the next day, because I got to get that asparagus in the ground, and I'm going to bring you guys along to do that, hopefully. Alright, so until that video comes out to you guys, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other, and peace out.